Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Bible in Order, where we are chronologically going through the entire Bible in 1 year. Today's reading for January 17th is Genesis chapters 16 through 18. We see this development between Sarai and Hagar. Of course, Hagar is Sarai's servant, maidservant, and it was customary during that time for the woman of a house, if she was barren, to have children through her maidservant, or at least that's what scholars say. But what really was happening here is the striving of fulfilling God's promise by the works of our flesh. When God gives you a promise, and then you have to wait for it, sometimes we feel like we have to make it happen on our own. I heard the very famous televangelist Jim Bakker interviewed when he was in prison by somebody at Focus on the Family, I believe. And Mr. Bakker, like him, love him, forgive him for the past or not. You should always forgive everyone. He said, when you create an Ishmael, when you act in the flesh, your flesh has to maintain it, and then it spirals out of control. Who are the descendants of Ishmael on the face of the earth today? Who are the descendants of Isaac on the earth today? We are seeing war right now in Israel in 2024 between the descendants of Isaac and the descendants of Ishmael. When we, in our flesh, try to fulfill the promise that God has put in our hearts, it never ends well. 2 questions for you today, Bio Family. What is the promise God has placed in your heart? Another way to think of that, what is it that you dream of? The thing you dream of is almost guaranteed to be the thing God is calling you to. There's a way to do it according to the Spirit of God, and there's a way to do it according to the wisdom of this world or according to the flesh. And the enemy will always attack your identity and your calling. Where God has gifted you most is where the enemy will target you most. But when you bring it all into submission under the lordship of Jesus Christ, there is nothing you can't do. So that first question is, what is the dream God placed in your heart that He longs for you to fulfill? The second question is, how have you allowed the enemy, or have you allowed the enemy? And if you have, how have you allowed the enemy to steal that from you? If you identify the answers to these 2 questions, I promise you, God will also give you a way to redeem that, to overcome that, and to walk in that heavenly calling. God bless you, my friends. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Check out BibleInOrder.com. Shoot me a message if you would like to get a bio t-shirt, $10 plus shipping. We'll just call it $15. There's also a donate page there if you would like to make a donation to support this ministry. See you tomorrow.